It's been quite a day here. Quite a first day here at Apex Defense. We're gonna break it down. What is that? What is that? What is that we hear? What is that noise in the background?
I thought I locked that
goodness.
up in my hotel room.
I think, could it be? Oh boy, it's the boys from the Goat Rodeo. We got a Goat Rodeo takeover. Welcome to the stage, the Reveal Technology CEO and founder, Garrett Smith, joined by the VP of Government Affairs and Strategy, Simon Coon. Gentlemen, welcome to Defense Game Day.
Unreal. I love taking over your events, Noah. This is good. Very excited.
Let's go. It's been a fun 2 weeks here with Garrett and Simon. I got to pop into Goat Rodeo last week. Simon nearly lost his job. Apparently, my appearance was so bad. They said, if you ever leave again, we're going to fire you. But here we are. Apex Defense. It's been a heck of a day. We've had about, 10 hours of content here as we hit the post-game hour. And so we're going to liven it up a little bit. We encourage everybody, go grab a drink. There's some finger foods. There's your 67th tea sandwich of the day. They got some great bottled water. They do not have Saratoga in the building. We've searched high and low. There's plenty of Muscle Milk, plenty of Red Bull, and apparently cigars too, Garrett.
I'm just concerned there aren't any Rippets here. No Rippets? No Rippets.
Hey,
I'm going to have to stop you first. So I retired out of Naval Safety Command. I am sitting next to a Marine with alcohol, so I need to be prepared here.
That is grape juice, my friend. All right. Before we kick this thing off, first off, big thanks to Apex Defense for putting on a great event today, for letting us start off
No
and
concussions.
close out the day. Pretty unhinged, pretty ridiculous decision, especially letting a bunch of grown men with alcohol on stage. But we're gonna have some fun. Second of all, I would be remiss if I did not once again shout out our wonderful presenting sponsors. You can see them right here on the right side and the left side of my jacket. I am very much for sale, ladies and gentlemen. Talk to me after the show. Prism, the Arena, Forterra. We love you. We appreciate you. Thank you for letting us do our thing.
I'm cheaper to buy.
I don't even know what's happening up here. All right. So, gentlemen, we're going to play a little game here today. We're going to do a little Goat Rodeo Roundup. Okay, we're going to co-opt your brand. We're going to bring it here to Apex Defense. We're going to round out the day. Here are the rules. This is how this thing's going to work. We got 5 topics to discuss. We're going to go down the line. We're going to give you guys 30 seconds each. You're going to try to impress us with your hottest takes, your most insightful insights, your punchiest quips. And I'm going to be the judge, jury, and executioner. We're going to award 1 point each round. At the end of the game, whoever has the most points is going to be welcome to step forward onto our soapbox here and deliver whatever you would like to this illustrious crowd for 60 uninterrupted seconds. Speaking of interruptions, however, we do have a few. Over to my left.
Wait, what?
See what he did there? Over to my left, stage right, we have the challenge booth. Ladies and gentlemen, in the stands, as you approach your second, third, or fourth glass of whiskey, if you are so inclined to take on any of the takes from any of our co-hosts, you can approach the challenge booth, visit with Mr. Tennessee, grab that challenge flag, and give that thing a whirl. You will have 15 seconds to rebut anything that a host has said, and the host will have 15 seconds to respond. Again, we will have a referee, we might mix this one up. We will have a referee. Be judge, jury, and executioner. If you win, be careful. You might just have to take their place on stage. We encourage audience participation here at Defense Game Day. Something, Garrett? Was that?
My seat is for sale. I will take bids starting at, $10.
Are you selling your chair on stage or your seat atop Reveal Technology? Just to be clear.
Negotiable. Everybody's got a number.
Everybody's got a price.
Does he come with the chair?
Everybody's got a price. All right, I think we're ready, guys. Let's hit it. Let's get ready for Goat Rodeo Roundup. Okay, to kick us off, 5 topics, 30 seconds each. Our very first topic today is going to be, drum roll, please. Make DoD SOCOM. We've talked a lot about innovation today. We've talked about flexible acquisition authorities. We've talked about doing things a little bit different. Well, when you talk about fast, when you talk about flexible, SOCOM often hits the top of the list. We want your spiciest takes, your most insightful insights. Should we make DoD SOCOM? Matt, we will start with you. 30 seconds.
No. No, we should not. I think there are a lot of great things about what SOCOM's done. I think there is a lot of technology you can buy quickly, but I don't think that we can just peanut butter spread that methodology and just clear all the JBooks and make everything a lot easier in PPB&E. I think there are processes in place. I may be the hot take of saying that some processes work. I don't think it's as easy as that. So that's my starting answer.
As the founder of Prism, you do have a vested interest in keeping some JBooks in the mix.
I'm not saying jack about my interests right now, okay?
All right, so we've got to know. Mr. Knickerbocker.
No, but we should all get their cool sunglasses. The problem with SOCOM is they have to be agile in acquisitions because they need what they need right now to use it and then probably throw it away because they have people to take care of it. When you look at the rest of DoD, maintenance matters. Continued operational support matters. .mlpf matters. If you're SOCOM, you really don't care because you have auxiliary that worries about those problems.
I'm sorry, what exactly are you wearing right now? And am I supposed to take that answer seriously?
I am wearing freedom.
This is coming from a guy who quipped at me, I am not an airman, and I'm pretty sure that is a, what is that hat?
I said aviator.
It's a scrum cap.
It is a scrum cap because we have a lot of people from across the pond, and I didn't think they'd recognize an actual football helmet.
Can we get a fact check from our friends from the UK or anywhere that plays rugby?
I need a Brit.
Is this indeed a rugby cap, or are we being gaslit here on stage at Defense Game Day?
Where's the Rowden folks?
If you have a response, please approach the challenge stand. We want to hear from you.
But just to be clear, the Revolutionary War did start 250 years ago this week.
Wow.
So we have the ultimate mic drop.
That's a deep cut. I love
it.
Actually, it's quite timely. We love that. Hey, Cindy, 250-year anniversary. Thank you for our freedom. We appreciate it. Garrett, over to you.
Should DoD become SOCOM?
Should DoD be SOCOM?
No, actually, you know what? I think DoD innovates and acquires technology too fast. I actually recommend we slow everything down maybe another decade or so per program. I'm nervous that the American voters are not going to put up with this speed to peace and security. I don't think they're having it.
I think there's a saying, slow is smooth and smooth is fast.
Damn
is that
right.
what we're going for
yes.
here?
Yes.
Slow
exactly.
acquisition is
down.
good acquisition.
Minimum innovation.
Yeah.
Minimal uptake. That's what I think we're.
I want to make sure we have you on record here. Is this an abolish the Doge situation too? Just kind of keep everything exactly as it is.
I actually think you keep Doge, just flip it on its head, make it slow things down, hire more people, put in more processes and layers. Yeah.
So a little bit of a force feed.
Don't
kind of
touch
a
my drum set.
DoD the situation here. Just force feed them.
Yeah, and bulk it up. That fat middle ain't fat enough. Like, double the workforce, actually. Double the workforce.
I love this. I don't know if there's still any generals in the building, but I'd love for you to approach the challenge stand. All right, Simon, 30 seconds. Make DoD SOCOM.
You cannot. Doesn't matter if you want to or don't. It's irrelevant. You could dump all of SOCOM's authorities onto DoD, and nothing would change. Not one single thing. And so every new software acquisition pathway that gets handed to the DoD acquisition system goes nowhere because the culture and the people are all that matters. So unless you are taking all of SOCOM and putting them in charge of the DoD, you can't. It's a hypothetical that can't be solved.
I like that last point, leadership swap.
Take all the special
There
operators.
we go. I'm on board with a leadership swap.
And put them on headquarters duty. That's interesting. Well, give us one more line on this. I don't want to. Before we move on to the next round, the people are what matter. What is so unique about SOCOM operators that is not replicable among big DoD?
Any organization has its own culture, right? SOCOM is unique because of that culture, the culture that they built. DoD has its own culture. It's also unique. It just doesn't work. That's it. You're just asking, can I take all of the bits and bytes from SOCOM and lay them on DoD? No, because the culture's not there.
Okay, so we're 0 for 4 on this one. We have all no's. There's absolutely no yes. This is a terrible idea. Let's see. I'm going to actually open this up to the audience. If you're in the audience, and we're going to go down the line, I want to hear by applause who you think deserves the point that round. Let's start with Matt, my friend Matt Hawkins. Okay, we got quite a cheering crew over here. All right, and how about Mr. Knickerbocker, Michael Knickerbocker?
Oh, there we go.
Got a couple. We've got Michael for himself. How about Garrett Smith, fatten department up?
This guy voted twice.
We got a few. And Simon Coon. Simon Coon. It's all about the people.
Oh no.
A for enthusiasm. Honestly, the point goes to Matt. Matt had the most broad appeal in round 1. So there we go.
You. Starting.
Hanging
Matt,
Chad.
Matt takes round 1. All right, don't worry. We still got 4 rounds to go. So the second round, gentlemen, consultants in DOD, yay or nay? Big EO, big directive last couple of weeks. We want to cut the fat. No more Deloitte, no more Accenture. We're trimming them out. Do consultants have a role to play in the department? And if so, in what ways? Matt, over to you.
So this is not satirical. I think, yes, they do. And I will say I do love consultants. I think they're a product. The complaints are a product of the system. It's not necessarily the people. If you give them better tools and better incentives, you'll fix most of the problems that you complain about. So I'm not wearing an I Heart Consultant shirt, but I would if I could.
Oh, that's a lot of love for consultants. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get the smell of muscle milk out of my nose. Michael, consultants, yay or nay?
Yay, because it was one of those firms that hired me. But the thing with consultants, though, is you can't just lock someone into that job, have them be there forever. You know, them being embedded makes sense. What Doge cut made sense. But at some point in time, we all have an expiration date on the shelf. So in 5 to 10 years, am I still relevant to that command because I never actually served in that Navy? Probably not. Hopefully, I'm still employed.
You're talking about staff augmentation. You're talking about people kind of filling those bills.
Staff augmentations that do it. But, you know, you need people to come in and tell the DOD what to do, or they're not going to do it.
Okay, we've got 2 on the yay side. Garrett, over to you.
I thought that was Congress's role, not the consultant's role, to tell the department what to do, or maybe
they're too busy campaigning.
Yeah, I guess that could be true. First, Noah, you're not supposed to snort the muscle milk.
You know, I have a problem, and I'd appreciate you not bringing it up.
Also, talk about being for sale.
We can talk afterwards. I'll tell you how to.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, I'll tell you how to mainline the muscle milk. Consultants, yay or nay? Nay. I'm going to come down, I guess, controversially on the nay side. And the entirely serious point is that consultants are often used as a buffer and as a diffuser of accountability when the uniformed executive in question really just needs to accept the accountability and move things along and make a decision rather than doing the risk aversion play of hiring consultants and providing that buffer. Yeah.
It's a little bit of an analysis paralysis argument there.
I think so. Yeah.
Little grid skin in the gears or whatever that is. Yeah. Can we turn Garrett's mic up a little bit? We're a little low. I think Garrett's making some good points. People deserve to hear him. Thank you. Simon, over to you.
Do they?
You can't hear me?
That's better. That's better.
Do more with less. No. As an enlisted Marine, never saw a consultant, never interacted with a consultant, didn't have this problem. Get rid of them.
Do you think you did not interact with the consultant, or were they just that good at blending in that you didn't know who you were dealing with?
No, we can smell the others.
There could be one behind you right
There's
now.
Marines and then there's others. And we were very aware of
Is
who was
consultant
not one
in
of
the
tribe.
room with you right now?
I'll eat crayons.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and award the point on this one to Garrett. I thought Garrett won that round.
Nice work, Garrett.
All right. So that brings us into the midway point, round number 3. We're going to mix it up this time. We're going to mix up the order. Round number 3, atoms or bits? The first program of record to be awarded to a startup, a company founded after 2019, backed with venture dollars. Will that be a software-defined program, or will it be a hardware-centric program? Simon is looking at me like it's a trick question. It may indeed be a trick question.
Did we rewrite the rules to exclude Palantir?
From
Are they
the
not a
answer to this question?
venture-backed startup before 2019?
Feel free to,
Hot take, was that a hardware first program of record?
All right. Order. Let's go ahead and start with Michael. Michael, you're first up. We're going to wrap around this time. We'll wrap around this way. 30 seconds for Michael.
I feel like I'm being set up, but it's going to be software. Already might have happened. But regardless, when it comes to hardware selections, can't get out of our own way. Software, someone's going to push that through, and most of the knuckle draggers like myself aren't going to know to say no.
Okay. Sorry. So just to be clear, we're talking about, yes, you're right. Palantir is absolutely a company that has one program's record. I said after 2019, so Palantir's pre.
Didn't Anduril win the Sentry Tower program of record in 2019?
Hardware.
Is it? I mean, they're pretty clearly saying software,
Point
Trojan
of order.
horse.
That's DHS, not
hardware.
DOD. Doesn't count.
Point of order.
We're losing
Objection.
control up here. Garrett, why don't you go ahead and make your 30-second point, and then we'll let everybody else fill in here.
So the question you're asking is hardware or software? Do you want me to name a company? You don't care.
The next big win. Let's do that. Next big win, hardware or software?
I think the only win that will matter as a signal to the market that we're involved in is software. I'm going to come down on software. You need a big software program of record awarded to a non-traditional upstart as a signal to the market that, yes, this is a place for innovators. Yes, this is a place for risk capital. Yes, this is a place where software is a bet on the future. Yes.
Like DCGS and Palantir. Got it. Awesome. Simon.
I think the next big program of record for a venture-backed startup will be hardware. And I say that because DoD is built to do hardware. And it's going to be much harder for them to solve their software problem than it is to solve their hardware problem. I think if I could pick what's in order of importance, it would be software. But I think they will take the easy button and award hardware first because they already have the tubes in place.
A nuanced argument there from our resident rabble-rouser. Matt, bring us home.
I'm kind of on his page with that. I don't think it's because I do think it's a part of the system that we do need to buy something. I also just think that when you're going to buy software, it's going to be inherently easier to build new versions of it. More entrants are going to be able to come in. If you're talking about like a true program of record, it's going to be something that's a longer lead time, something that's got a hardware component to it. So software defined, sure. But the reason I pushed back on the Palantir thing was that they had to buy the actual systems to go implement into the field. And then the software, I think, was part of the offering that made it differentiated. But no, I don't think it's going to be a software first. Go buy from a software vendor, then figure out the hardware later. You got to buy the hardware first and then figure out the software.
Okay, very good. We're going to speed this up because the Red Bull is now trickling down the back of my throat. Wonderful. So that one, I think, for originality, point goes to Simon. So we've got a decent even spread here. Michael, we'll hope to see you on the board here within the next 2 rounds for your own sanity. Okay, we're moving into round number 4. Oh, this is a good one. This is my personal favorite. Everything is computer. Famously, recent remark by someone with a little bit of power in this town. As DoD and the National Security Enterprise going more and more digital, the question is, should we pull back? Are there systems that should actually be analog systems for America's national defense? Why or why not? And we will start with Simon, since you won the last round.
No. Unless you count guns.
Boots.
Yeah, where do guns
Body
factor
armor.
in here?
Boots.
The analog system is the infantryman. It's the warfighter. That's the thing that keeps fighting even when all your machines break. You couldn't replace it with a computer, despite what some think. So I'm not worried about it. Make all the computers you want. As long as there's still an infantryman on the front lines for America, it'll buff out.
So no full human robots in the near future for you.
No chance. Not while I'm still breathing.
Bold claims. That's why we pay him the big bucks. All right, let's go the other direction. Garrett, you're up.
I agree completely with Simon. It's at the risk of sounding like a broken record, invest in the human operator because that is the thing that persists beyond fail points in machines and systems. Human beings occupy terrain. Human beings defend it. Human beings make use of that terrain, and it's all in service to the human objective. And so, yeah, I mean, I think we're playing around with your prompt here a little bit. And I apologize for that, but it's all about us humans in the end.
So humans are in this case, a digital or an analog system, just so I'm clear.
You know what? I'd be remiss if I did not speak up on behalf of my Marine Corps community, which is the reconnaissance community. A key communications modality for us is high-frequency radio comms, which is certainly not digital, and it's playing with pieces of the RF spectrum. To do really interesting, communications-based stuff over very long distances, and it's a modality that I don't think goes out of style. Ditto map reading, ditto just all the analog stuff that infantrymen like me were trained to do way back in the day. It's actually not going out of style. It's the way that human beings have to think and interact in complex environments.
Okay, we're going to come back to you guys for a quick fire round on should we chip the humans. But Michael, you're up next.
Yeah, that's not how I understood the question at all. So when I was on Gerald R. Ford, we replaced the aircraft elevators with a digital interface that was a touchscreen. It didn't work for crap. Can I say shit? In the rain. So we wound up going back to the old analog system. I had elevators that I couldn't get working because the computer took a dump. So why are my elevators ever going to be completely digital? At some point in time when I take battle damage, hydraulic, push button, make thing go up or go down, carry bomb, carry plane, carry marine with a gun.
So bottom line, give us the bluff. No.
Not everything can be digital.
Everything is not computer.
No.
Okay. Yes or no?
Unless the computer becomes analog.
Matt, save us, please.
No chance. I do think the largest threat to national security is the American mind, and how it's not, or how it's evolving today. And so I do think we need to invest in the human mind. They said it much more eloquently than me, but no, I do not think that everything should and will go digital. We should invest in multiple types of analog systems, and I'll pause there.
Okay, you all turned this question exactly on its head. So we're gonna try flipping this the other direction. We're gonna try one more time. Give you one more shot. With more and more systems going digital, should we take any systems that have gone digital and bring them back to analog to protect the country?
I think he answered that.
Yes.
That's correct. Michael's the only one who answered the question. Therefore, 1 point to Michael.
Woo! I need a challenge flag.
Okay, you could get a challenge flag, but nobody stepped up to the booth. Hey, friends,
don't
out
do
in the
it,
audience,
Nolan. Don't do it.
This is your last chance. Here we are, final round, round 5. If you've now had your sufficient number of whiskeys, we invite you in here to watch. This is the deciding match. If you support any of the gentlemen on stage, Matt, Michael, Garrett, or Simon, this is going to be People's Choice Awards. So they need their cheering sections. Come on in here, or keep drinking your whiskey and ignore us. That's fine too. Gentlemen, round 5. Debt or equity. For startup founders in the space, and many of whom are here today, some of us are listening to us, most of them are not. Debt or equity, how should you think about capitalizing your startup to get the money you need to run the business that you are building? We have 2 of you on stage who lead companies today, another 2 of you who advise and are involved with companies. Big question. Let's start with last round's winner, Michael.
I am totally unqualified to answer this question.
Agree.
In any way, shape, or form.
Michael, I'm 5'5" and 145 soaking wet. I should not be on stage talking about defense, but here we are.
Have you not met most of the Air Force? Like, nerds can push buttons
And
that
Napoleon.
can take out enemies.
Mike, the shoes alone give you the authority to answer any question. Go for it.
The shoes have gotten so much love today.
The
Let's
leopard
get another
print
close-up on these
loafers
shoes. Let's do it again.
say, take debt.
We're back on the show. Yeah, these things, I'm telling you, this is what's Defense Game Day is going to be known for Michael Knickerbocker's leopard print shoes.
I think it's actual leopard skin too.
Those are rare. Some would say he's wanted in a few African nations for illegal poaching, but we neither here nor there. Yep. So
for the scrum cap.
What was your answer?
I want to get the White Fox quadcopter with the 50 cal. Go get me some new shoes
Someone
and
was
a
just
belt.
pitching this demo today, the quadcopter with a hunting rifle. Anyway, okay. So your answer is debt always? Just take lever up?
Spoken like a true member of the United States government.
Yeah, right? I'm just going to keep printing money. I'm a startup, right? That's how it works.
Lever up cowboy. All right, here we go. Matt, let's come to you next. We're mixing this one up.
I think I would start with equity. I think a key caveat here is that if you're going to build in this space, you do need to have a foundational founder market fit. You can't just walk into this space and figure it out. Whatever kind of money you take, you're not going to be successful if you don't know this market from the start or work with people who do. But I would lean towards equity at the early stages.
For personal company,
No, independent of the fact that we started bootstrap, then venture. Yeah. We haven't gone debt. I think debt is great for scaling once you have a prototype that you actually have execution ability on.
Yeah.
But when you're still figuring it out and it may take 6 months to hear back from the government on something, you don't want to be paying interest payments during that time. So early stage, venture.
Good answer. Cool. Why don't we move to Simon next?
I think you take venture capital if your idea doesn't suck. Because if you believe in your idea, then you're going to grow and everybody's going to eat. And if you don't believe in your idea, then stay home.
Short, sweet, and to the point. Hard to argue. Can I just tell you how smooth my skin is feeling from that muscle milk? I don't know if anybody out there has
You're
ever.
not supposed to rub it on your face either.
Honestly,
right?
it's fantastic. Okay, Garrett, you have the last word on this round.
Cash is king. Whatever someone will give you, debt. If it's an equity transaction, fine. If it's a debt transaction, fine. You need capital to run. You need it. You got to take it whatever way they'll give it to you. But I'll say that the trend lately has been debt in the form of safes. A safe or a convertible debt note in the early stages. That's pretty common. Depending on how you squint, that's either equity eventually, or it's debt, or it's both, or something. I think it's likely worth remembering that at some point, debt lives on top of the capital stack. And so in the event of liquidity or in the event of a fire sale, a big failure, a new equity round or whatever, debt is considered first, and it can be an albatross, it can be an anchor, it can be an enabler. But, cash is king. At the end of the day, the founder mantra should be don't run out of money. Take it however you can get it.
It's an artful way of basically saying either or, whichever you can get. Take the money and run.
I think I won that round.
Well, let's see. Let's see if Garrett gets to light his cigar or who's going to take home the heavyweight championship belt. I think we should probably show folks what's at stake here before we do the voting. Can we have Mr. Referee? Can you please come to center stage here? Come here for a second.
All style, no
Folks,
substance
you
here.
need to see this, okay? This is important. This is what's at stake here. This is the Defense Game Day Heavyweight Championship belt. We're not playing for games here. We're not playing for shits and giggles. This is the real deal.
My underwear matches the belt.
We don't need to know that. So here's what we do need to know. We need to know who you all think won that last round, debt or equity for early stage founders. Hey, folks, if you want to vote, even if you've heard nothing, you want to just clap for one of your favorite people up here, we welcome you right now, all right? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go down the line, and we're going to see who our winner is, all right? And we're going to start on the far end for Simon Coon. Give it up for Simon Coon.
Yeah. Wait, I'm not supposed to cheer.
Okay, respectable showing. Next up, Mr. Garrett Smith.
That's so much stress. Yeah, that's good.
Mr. Michael Knickerbocker.
Much like high school, I have no friends here.
And finally, Mr. Matt Hawkins.
I think Garrett takes it.
Ladies and gentlemen, now stepping onto the soapbox for his 60-second soliloquy, the inaugural winner of Defense Game Day's Rodeo Roundup, Garrett Smith.
Yeah, nice work. Yeah.
Oh, God.
He was going to do it anyways.
Come on, brother.
Where do I stand?
Congratulations. First of all, you have enough things in your hands. Wonderful.
Do I have to watch this?
Everyone else can leave the stage.
Get out of here, losers.
60 seconds.
Garrett, here's
of-
your 60
of
seconds of
one-
fame.
Oh, this is fantastic. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to hold this microphone for you, sir.
I'm leaving.
Oh, no, I'm not. Everyone, please clear the stage, and we'll give Garrett 60 seconds. Scoreboard, 60 seconds on the clock for Mr. Garrett Smith.
I got it. We're good. Ever since I was a young boy, I dreamed of this moment where I would mount the stage, Noah Scheinbaum to my right, Simon Coon to my left, Matt and Mike, my co-hosts and competitors, to my right and left. I just want to say I'm grateful for the opportunity, and grateful also to represent Reveal Technology, our company, and the Goat Rodeo podcast on somebody else's podcast. And I think that might be all I've got. I think I gave some snarky answers. Hopefully it wasn't too spicy, and I kept profanity to a limited minimum. And I'll just say that you're lucky I didn't light this cigar. I'll just say that you're lucky. Also, Noah, where's our celebratory muscle milk? Can we get some of that up here?
Do we have any celebratory muscle milk left in the building, or is it all on my face?
Somebody's running for
I
it.
see Cindy.
Somebody's running for it.
Cindy is running to grab the celebratory muscle milk. All right, you gonna do a dunk with me?
What does that mean exactly?
It's a yes or no answer. We don't take equivocation here at Defense.
You know what?
Gameday.
You know what? I'm ballsy. Yes.
That's a hell
I'm in.
yeah. All right,
I'm in.
let's see. We got any muscle milk left in the
I'm
building?
in.
Let's see what we got.
Only a real founder would drink from that punch bowl over there.
I don't even know where these microphones are coming from. It's wild out here. All right, everybody. Hey, give it up for Garrett Smith one more time.
I spilled whiskey on myself in the middle of the thing.
Well done, man. Well done.
I feel like a sloppy mess.
All right, everybody. Thank you to Garrett. Hey, Cindy, thank you. Oh, whoa. What do we got? That is not muscle milk. That is absolutely not muscle milk.
We're going to do it.
Okay. All right. What's muscle? Cindy, come on stage. Come on.
Is it Stella?
Come on. Let's bring the champagne of beers up here.
Beer muscles.
Come on. Miss Cindy Kane, the brains behind this whole operation. If you love it, it's her responsibility. If you hate it, it's all me.
Cindy, very nice to meet you. Under such circumstances.
Thank you. Great job.
Oh, wow.
Awesome.
We have between the two of us, we have to shotgun 5 Stellas? That's amazing.
Can we get some help up here? Michael, I think you're going to be helpful. Simon, no? I don't either. Matt, come on. Anybody else like? Yep, okay.
Those aren't Smirnoff ices.
No, those are not. Have you ever seen muscle milk before? Hold on a
I
second.
think there was muscle milk up
This
there.
is the third time today we've had to explain to our friends across the pond an American tradition. Tennessee, you got that muscle? Oh, there it is. Look at this.
It's not true. There's no tradition around muscle milk. It's Noah.
This is muscle milk. This is what I bathed my face on before we started this live stream. It's fantastic. Thank you to everybody staying with us. Hang on, coming up in 2 minutes, we've got the autonomy market weather forecast. We're going to be looking at the headwinds, the tailwinds, the storms brewing on the horizon. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
How come yours are darker than mine? What are those?
And this is cheers. This is a perfect time for just
No,
very
it's okay.
quickly. Thank you to Cindy. Thank you to the Apex Defense crew. Cindy, any words for the audience?
Thank you for attending. See you tomorrow.